Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Sean here with BlueRidgeSilverhound. I want to thank you guys for joining in on today's topic, and that is silver eagles. That's right, everybody's favorite bullion thing. Now, the question is it a coin or is it a round? Well, you could kind of make the argument that it's all that. I think because of the popularity of this particular silver bullion piece, I mean, calling it a coin is not that far-fetched. It does carry a face value of $1, okay? So denominationally, it is that. But among a few other things, okay, coins are typically collectible, all right? And I think we could firmly place silver eagles in that conversation. Now, in this particular video, I mean, you guys have probably read the screen as it sits in front of you. We have a top 5 list. And it's been quite a while since I did a top 5 or a top 10 list of silver eagles at all. To the point where the market has changed quite dramatically on these coins. So consider this kind of an update. But, if you walked into a coin shop, or maybe you've come across a collection, at one point or another, you're bound to see silver eagles. They're either going to be sitting in some scrap bin or box or something that a coin dealer has. And granted, probably a lot of those bullion pieces are, not exactly grade worthy, which is what we're focusing on. But you better believe that coin shops have silver eagles in quite a large supply. Now, unless it's a dealer that sells through like bullion and all that in all different forms, and they turn it over quickly. And, sometimes you'll walk into a coin shop and they just won't have anything. But there's going to be a good majority of other coin dealers and maybe some shows that will have silver eagles on hand in all dates. They don't necessarily have to be the newest dates. 2021 was certainly a very notable year in silver eagles. We had officially a changeover in the reverse design of the coins, along with some other minor modifications to the front of the coin that I think really does it justice. But can you believe, okay, I want you guys to envision this because, silver eagles, if we went to a coin shop, you could buy them, pay a premium, anywhere from $30 to $50, depending on date. But can you imagine for 1 second that a silver eagle on this top list that we're going to talk about had sold for over $33,000? There's one specific one. And not only that, that one specific date has had a number of sales. 33,000, another one at 26, another one at 22,000. And of course, we're also going to be talking about numerical grade. What's it going to take to be able to cash in at that high level? All right, that's a great question. I'm sure a lot of you are probably asking yourself right now that very question. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you probably own at least one. So you guys know exactly what a silver eagle looks like. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into the top 5 list. A few things that you guys need to keep in mind. We're going to talk about mintages because I want you guys to frame the overall optics of this conversation with a true amount of eagles that were produced. And the numbers aren't small. There are plenty of each and every single one of these dates. We're going to talk about grading. We're also going to talk about the pop count at the highest level because obviously these coins need to grade out perfect 70 in order to be able to fully make the most of the profit in the sale of these coins. And then finally, to kind of help, give you guys a little bit of something to fall back on in terms of value, I'm also going to tell you, values of some of these coins that have sold on the secondary market and its specific dates and dollar amounts. I mean, it's really good stuff. All right, so we're going to go in descending order, all right? And you guys know me, I like to throw in a little bit of an honorable mention in there. So in this particular case, our number 6 coin, or the honorable mention, is going to be the 1993 Silver Eagle that you see on screen here. Now, for this particular date, every single piece was produced in Philadelphia. All right, there's going to be one particular exception in this list, but all the coins predominantly were produced at the Philadelphia facility. 6,763,762 total pieces were produced in 1993. Silver Eagles in the 90s were rampant. They were probably some of the cheapest things that you could buy back in the day because silver prices were like $4, $5, $6 an ounce. It was pretty cheap. It was cheap to own silver, but good luck trying to find more of these today. Just with the overall physical demand of this particular coin and the popularity. I mean, it is the most popular silver bullion, bar none, across the globe. So that's the mintage, 6 million, 6.7 million, just over that. Let's go ahead and talk about grading. All right, now the coin in itself, you could pick up for between $30 and $40. That seems to be kind of like that average rate for these coins if you were to go to a coin shop and just pick up one. So the coin that you see on screen here is a Mint State 70. Now keep in mind, there's going to be a pretty substantial price difference in value between a Mint State 69, which is ultimately what you don't want. I mean, it's a fine grade, but it's not 70. 70 is where you want to be at in order for these coins to be worth a ton of money. By the end of the video, I'm going to tell you guys a few tips on grading these things, along with certain reasons why this particular date range is worth so much money at the highest grade levels. Now, PCGS has a price guide value on a Mint State 70 1993 Silver Eagle at $4,750. That's a lot of money, right? Considering that this is a coin that you could walk into a coin shop and you know what? That dealer might have a full roll of these. I've seen it before. It was probably 2 weeks ago. I went to one of my local coin shops that I frequent a lot, and they had a full roll of 1990 Silver Eagles, something I hadn't seen in a long time. And he was asking, like $8 over spot for each coin. So it came out to about $30 to $31 a coin at the time, which, that's actually not that bad of a deal. And that particular date, guys, is on the list of most valuable Silver Eagles at Mint State 70. Now, the population of this particular date in a Mint State 70 is at 67 as of this taping. Now, that number can always go up. More people sending these off to PCGS. Of course, PCGS graded coins tend to hold a lot more value in the secondary market than some of the other graders. But there is kind of one exception. And again, once we get to that coin, we'll talk about it. But there is an example of this particular coin that sold on Great Collections January 1st, 2017. So that's only a few short years ago, for $18,150. Kind of blows out that $4,750 PCGS price guide value out of the water, doesn't it? So that kind of helps illustrate just how popular the Silver Eagle series is that someone's willing to pay nearly 4x PCGS price guide value for this example. Yeah, there's 67 out there in a 70, but in reality, compared to the number of collectors, that's really not a lot. In addition, there are also registry sets for Silver Eagles. So there are people that are assembling full Mint State 70 runs of each and every single day. All right, so that's the honorable mention. Can't believe it took me like 6 minutes to talk about that coin, but we'll go a little bit faster. And the next one that we have is, of course, that 1990 Silver Eagle. Okay, this is the one coin that I saw at a coin shop in a full roll, and I just should have jumped on it. He doesn't have it anymore. So I just want to go out there and just say that. There's no turning back and trying to save that one for myself. This particular coin right here, all of them produced in Philadelphia, same as 93. Mintage, 5,840,210 pieces produced for 1990. If we're going to get into grade, Mint State 70, of course, is going to be that that bar that's set extremely high. I mean, 70 is a perfect grade when it comes to the scale. There are 85 graded by PCGS at a Mint State 70, which seems like a lot, but again, compared to the overall collector base, which for Silver Eagles and any bullion coin, it's more worldwide than just traditional US coinage. PCGS has a price guide value of $4,850 on the 1990 Silver Eagle. However, Great Collections had sold one in January 14th, 2018 in the amount of $9,290. Again, far exceeding that PCGS price guide value and showing just the collective community that Silver Eagles has a lot of like the secondary market punch, and it's going to stay like that for a long time. And if the silver shortage is any indication in 2021, the mintages might even go down a little bit further for some newer coins. That remains to be seen. But again, Silver Eagles rule the world. But pretty cool. All right, the next one that we have here is the Millennium Date. This is actually the newest one on the list. I don't have anything 2001 and newer on the list. We have a 2000 Silver Eagle. All right, you guys remember the Y2K bug and how that was the thing? Yeah, well, there's something far more important that happened in 2000, and it's the Silver Eagle right here. Again, this is a coin, well, not again, okay? This is actually your one exception here. Every single 2000 Silver Eagle was produced at the West Point Mint, and it's the only one on this list today that's produced at a different facility other than Philadelphia. 9,239,132 total pieces were produced of the 2000 Silver Eagle. Some would even say that the 2000 Silver Eagles weren't struck as nearly as crisp as some of the earlier dates and even some of the newer dates. So finding one that didn't look as mushy on the reverse here, as you could tell, just the little bit of deterioration in the die factoring. You have trailed dies happening here in certain areas. I mean, it's a kind of unique coin. I mean, this one did grade out in Mint State 70. By PCGS, and this one has a population of 123, so it's one of the highest on the list. Quite a few of them, but again, compared to the overall demand, it's like that's nothing. That is nothing compared to the amount of people that actually want these. PCGS has a price guide value on this coin at $5,000 in a 70. However, I wanted to mention that Great Collections did sell an example of this particular date, May 5th, 2013. So that was a good while ago. That just shows you that not a lot of these enter the market. But that one sold for $33,275. Holy smokes. That's a lot of money for just a Silver Eagle. Just imagine you could go into a coin shop, buy a single Silver Eagle that looks great. You see them all the time for $40 to $50, and you turn around and you send it to PCGS, and as Lady Luck would have it, you come away with a coin that's worth as much as a brand new, really nice car. All right, something to kind of think about. But again, wait till the end of the video when I talk about some good best practices that you need to know about when you're submitting to the graders. All right, that's 2000. Of course, we got to have that one key date of the series in the list, and that's 1996. This one right here has the lowest mintage above and beyond any other Silver Eagle, uncirculated Silver Eagle, that is, from 1986 all the way up to the current date. So this one right here, lowest mintage, which kind of makes it somewhat of a key date. All produced in Philadelphia, 3,603,386 were produced. And the big reason why that the mintage was so low on these, along with a few other mid-90s Silver Eagles, is that demand began to wane. Even though this series was only like 10 years old, again, keep in mind, the price of silver was like dirt cheap in the mid-90s. So at the time, silver investment, bullion, that sort of thing, was not nearly as desired. So the U.S. Mint kind of cranked back a little bit on the production of these coins due to waning demand at that time, because supply on like all the previous dates from 1990 all the way up to 96 was in great supply everywhere you went. This one right here, if you're looking for a graded example, 70 again is where it's at. And PCGS has a price guide value on this coin at $5,175 in the 70. So, I mean, is it really $5,100? No, it's not. It's actually sold a lot more than that. Population on this is actually the beefiest out of the 6 coins on the list at 183. And I think that has everything to do with the fact that it is a key date. Great Collections had sold an example of a Mint State 70 96 August of 2016 in the amount of 19,250 simoleons. That is a lot of $1 cheeseburgers. Pricey coins in a 70. All right, the next coin that we have on the list, this is the number 2 coin. This is the 1994 Silver Eagle. Beautiful. I mean, this is probably, bar none, my favorite photo out of the 6 that I have here for you today. The luster really shines through. It's deep. It's beautiful. The engraving, the strike, and everything is just top-notch. All the coins produced in Philadelphia. Mintage-wise, 4,227,319 pieces were produced of this particular date, 1994. If we're looking at graded examples, 70 again, I mean, you're not going to shoot anything lower than that. You want the perfect 70. PCGS has a price guide value of $11,500. $11,500 in a Mint State 70. Population at 44. It's actually the smallest of the group. Yeah, the next one after that is like by 20. I mean, it's close, but not that close. Great Collections had sold an example of this actually earlier this year, June of 2021, for $11,501. Pretty nice. Very, very scarce date to try and grade at a Mint State 70, but it's not impossible because the population numbers on every single coin I've talked about is quite beefy. And of course, you guys know Silver Eagles were produced with the highest, utmost quality. So you're going to have a really good success rate at achieving some of those higher grades of these coins, unlike any other like US coin out there where you're trying to achieve a 67 as a top pop. It's nowhere close to being as easy as scoring a Silver Eagle in a 70. So keep that in mind. And then the last coin, the first number 1 coin, most valuable, I would say, is this one. So, some would argue that this is the most valuable, but it's the 1999 Silver Eagle. These were all produced at the Philadelphia Mint. 7,408,640 pieces were produced. That's actually a nice stout number of this coin. One of the more tougher dates for a full lustrous strike, although this one right here looks great. It's perfect because it is indeed that example that graded a perfect 70. Again, this is the grade, guys. So you're going all in to try and achieve a perfect 70 for a Silver Eagle. So it cannot exhibit any sort of like mark or nick or nothing. That coin has to be spotless, perfect, as if it came out of a government roll. Okay, it's those square tubes that you see. PCGS price guide value $13,500 in a 70. That's the highest of the group. Pop 62, which means there are only 62 examples as of this video graded a 70, which is actually a nice decent number. Last recorded sale. Actually, the last recorded big sale of this coin on Great Collections. Geez, Great Collections has sold every conceivable high-end Silver Eagle. at $13,227, and that was July 2nd of 2017. Now, on the Silver Eagle list, you'll notice that I didn't talk about any proof coins. Okay, no proof coins, no reverse proof, no burnished, no funky Millennium set type stuff. This is all just regular, basic, uncirculated Silver Eagles. Stuff that was made and intended to be strictly bullion and traded as such. These are all the coins out there, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to aim for. Again, they're all crafted really nicely. Very rarely do you see grades under mint state 68, unless that coin has a few nicks from like another Silver Eagle hitting up against it at some point. But Silver Eagle program, man, I mean, this is one of the most popular, well-collected series of coins on the face of the earth. In closing, okay, we do have a few things to keep in mind regarding grading Silver Eagles that you need to know about to be successful. Number one, and this is the most important, you're going to send all these off to PCGS. Okay, that's where you're going to be able to obtain the most value if it pops at a 70. That's important, okay? The second most important thing to keep in mind is that when it comes to perfection, it needs to be flawless, and you need to have a realistic expectations on what perfect is. Because when we looked at the coins flashed on screen here in the last 20 minutes, you'll find that every single one of these has nothing going on with them. These are all extremely clean, beautifully crafted, as if they were minted yesterday type of coins. You want to make sure that your example is. So you're going to have to get that magnifier and check it over, wear cotton gloves or whatever you want to do, but you got to make sure that the coin is incredibly immaculate. And then the final thing that you guys need to know about, grading costs money. However, again, that realistic expectations of your grading desires, you have to keep in mind. You cannot realistically send one single coin out thinking that it is a perfect 70 and have it come back to your liking. Grading these type of coins is done in volume. You send out 10 at a time. You send out 20, 30, 40. It's an investment in time and money, and it will test your patience. Because ideally, you send 20, 30 coins out there, guys, and all you need is one example to come back in a perfect 70, and then you win. And then you're going to have all these other mint state 69s. We're hoping 69s. If you guys have done your homework and you've checked over every coin before you send it to PCGS, you're going to do okay. But all you need, ladies and gentlemen, is that one single solitary mint state 70, and you will do just fine. You will not only make all the money back from your grading fees, but you will make a ton more profit when you do it that way. That's what all of the most successful submitters of coins do. They don't send just one coin, especially when it comes to the ultra modern age of coins. You don't send off one coin, guys. You send off a few dozen of them. And yes, it's not cheap. It's going to cost you 20 to 30 bucks a pop per coin to send these out. But you got to invest money to make money. And the only way that you'll be able to do it is to send it out in volume. But that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about in this video. The top 6 Silver Eagles. That was a lot of fun to talk about. Haven't done it. And as we've seen, prices have skyrocketed. These coins are out there. There are some perfect 70s left from the 90s that I'm sure that you guys will come across. If not, they're already in your collection. But again, that was a lot of fun. As you can see, Silver Eagles continue to trend upwards. That's going to go ahead and do it, guys. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. I was going to say, yeah, I'm Sean with the ladies. No, not quite. Sean with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. Hit the dislike button if you don't. Coinaholics, we are discovering together. You guys take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next coin video. So long.